Welcome to Local SEO Today. I'm Roger Murphy.
And I'm John Baum.
Today we want to talk to entrepreneurs and business owners when you are promoting your business. And today when you're looking for those ready to buy customers, they've gone through their entire journey, John, where they're looking, what kind of message can you get in front of them, and where are we doing this?
And I think we're going to talk about search engines, right?
Okay.
So if you think about search engines, there's two ways to be found. There's either the paid portion, which is Google Ads, right at the top, and right at the top of the maps, or the organic part, which is, people call it search engine optimization. Right?
So that's where they naturally appear. And as a business owner, or maybe you're new to this whole concept, but to give a sense of how it works, the Google Ads, John, at the top, how can you tell if they're ads?
Typically now, and Google's changing it over the years, right? Typically it used to be a different background, the ADS was in a different color, but now they're trying to make it so it's blended in so that it's very hard to distinguish,
Sure.
right? So that it becomes natural. And what they're trying to do is generate as much revenue and increase the click-through rate so that the users wouldn't know the difference and just click on the ads versus thinking that it would be the organic.
So if if you've never looked at it before, take a look at a Google results page on anything right now. The first 2, 3, or 4 at the top, depending on how big the industry is, you'll see in the top left corner of each of the lines, it'll say ADS, ads. It's a little box around it. That's how you know they have paid Google or are paying Google every time someone clicks on that. Not when it just appears, but when they click on it. So that is an idea where you kind of go, okay, listen, I can buy my way by an X number of views and clicks per month, John, to hopefully reach out to people that are ready to buy my service.
And I guess the big thing here is you're just paying to play, right? You're not paying for every impression, but you're paying for every click, right? And what constitutes why a website or a listing is above another one, right? There's a lot of criteria on terms of why there's ads, and there could be hundreds of ads, right? Competing with certain terms, right? But why are certain ones right at the top, right? Typically it's a quality score, it's the price, it's the specific intent, right? So the higher conversion rate, the better, and the bid, right? So the more you spend, the more likelihood that you're gonna be at the top.
So the gist is, no matter whether you've got a poor or a great website, if you pay more, on the Google ad platform, you can actually see what they're charging to get the top rankings. It's suggested bid, because it is an auction. That's really what you're doing. You're bidding to get your website to appear there. So there's pluses, minuses, there's some pros to it. We're going to talk about SEO in a minute, which is the naturally appearing websites that appear on the search results page. We'll talk about that next. But the idea of the pay per click, it does fit the model for a new business, John, who's brand new, who needs to get the message out there.
And you might not know if it works or not, right? So it allows you to actually be very specific, set a budget, a timeline, a geographic area, a batch of keywords, or you don't know what terms people are typing in, right?
You can
test things out. Spend a couple $100 or a couple $1,000, but it will not break your bank, right? To see if there's actually a market, to see if you want to invest further.
Exactly. Also, what we tend to see from our experiences, any type of industry or business that has an emergency style component, it's a life event that's happened, and that might be your car broke down, your store has been broken into and you got broken glass, or the locks have been busted. It's something where you need someone to come to your site right away to help you out. Those fit well in the model for
emergency type
Google Ads, yes.
Yeah, and it allows for you to set a premium in terms of a larger margin as well, right? So you're paying $10, $20 per click, and the conversion rate is a lot higher because it is an emergency. So it may take you 5 clicks to get a lead, but that lead will typically generate a lot more revenue for your business.
So that's the Google ad, and that's what, again, appears at the top on most search pages, and sometimes, John, at the very bottom of the page. Once you've gotten to the very, very bottom, there'll be some more ads down there.
And usually you also see ads right in the 3-pack as well, so the Google Maps. And this is where Google is now playing with to see if they can monetize local businesses on their Google My Business so that you can actually be listed at the top. Google's local services is another thing where if you're running a service-based company, they actually have a model where you can guarantee the amount of leads on a monthly basis for you as well. So ads is typically what Google makes the majority of their revenue on, and their platform is Google, their search engine, right? So they're monetizing it through ads.
Now, you as a business owner and entrepreneur who are listening to this podcast today, you're probably thinking, well, if it works like this, why not just do the Google Ads? You pay, you get your clicks, you get your calls, you make your money. The rest of the story is, and this is the space that we play in and we specialize in, but we just want to lay out all the facts for you today. Search engine optimization, and that is where you naturally earn ranking with Google that they put your website on page 1. The reason that's so effective, John, is because it's virtually somewhere around an 80-20 rule. Only 20% approximately of the buying public will look at an ad. 80% go organic. So you as a business owner right now, you're saying, oh, so ads, I get 1, I could get 4 more, 4 to 1 if I go after organic. So you open your market up so much more by going organic.
Yeah, and then you also take a look at why a website ranks on the first page and what is your goal. Right? Because end of the day, as a business owner, everyone wants to be on that first page of Google, right? However, there's a scarcity effect, and not everyone will appear on that first page. How do you dominate Google? It takes time, so you have to know how to get there, or do it yourself, work with an agency, or figure out how to do it. But ultimately, why is Google putting websites on that first page, right? They're looking to make money, or they're trying to make sure that whoever's searching that term, they're matched with the best website for that given search query, right? They're matching user intent with the website that best satisfies the query, right?
And if that sounds confusing, it really is so straightforward in that well over 90% of North Americans use Google for searches. We do it because we trust the results. It's fast, it's reliable, and so Google knows that they're trusted with this type of, providing this type of search results. Therefore, they're forever changing their algorithms, John, their machine learning, only so that they only put the very best websites that will answer that query on page 1.
And the more you use Google, and I'm sure everyone uses it multiple times a day, you'll realize that you're probably moving away from the ads because you understand that people are just paying to play. Right? The ones that Google trusts, which is the organic ones high up on the search, are the ones that you will eventually trust as well because of other factors. Good reviews, good reputation, good content, good authority that they built, they're trusted, they're positioned as the expert for that given keyword that you typed in. I mean, there's a lot of other factors, right? And you as a business owners, you have to realize, like, ultimately, what you're competing with is real estate. There's a limited amount of real estate, and your website, you're trying to attract the most visibility in the marketplace, right? And not everyone's going to click on your website when they do a search, right? And you're competing with 10, 15 other websites on that first page. The whole point is just being there as an option.
Exactly.
Right?
And in the big picture, very, very, very few people go to page 2 or 3 or 4 of any search result. They tend to stay on page 1. So you've got Google Ads to choose from, and you've got Google organically placed websites to choose from. One gets way more action than the other, but they all fit on that page, and that's where all the buying activity really goes on.
And I always use this analogy. You either want to rent space on Google, which is Google Ads, or do you want to own that real estate, which is 80% of that traffic?
Sure.
People are clicking on the organic section.
Yep.
And yeah, they're going to navigate throughout your website and touch upon all the different service pages, about pages, reviews, testimonies, etc. But where do you want to be positioned?
Exactly.
Right? Where do you want to play? You could invest short-term ads or long-term SEO.
Exactly. And your business, you'll determine, you have to do your analysis. What is your business model? Is it an emergency style business, or is it one where people are going to do a journey and uncover and discover and explore? It depends, and that's where you're going to find that right fit between an optimized website and or the clicking Google Ads.
Yeah, so hopefully that this is a great topic,
Yes.
SEO versus
Very important.
AdWords, and really determine it as your small business, see what's best suited for your purpose.
Exactly. So, John, thank you for your time today.
Thank you, Roger.
Thanks for watching and listening today to Local SEO. We'll see you again.
Thank you.